Killers who got away with murder? What happened? When I was 16 changed everything. I witnessed my stepfather assault my younger brother, and I knew I had to act. I was upstairs doing homework when I heard my brother crying and screaming for help from the kitchen below. When I rushed downstairs, I found him cornered against the refrigerator with a terrified expression and blood streaming from his nose. My stepfather Kevin was standing about 6 feet away, still holding his heavy work boot that he'd apparently used to kick my brother. Kevin had started living with us about 3 years after my mom's divorce from my biological father. The divorce had been messy and expensive, leaving my mom struggling to support me and my younger brother alone. She worked double shifts at the hospital just to keep our lights on. When she started dating Kevin, he seemed charming at first, but once he moved in, his true nature emerged. He never tried to be a father figure to us. He was just cruel and controlling toward my entire family. The arguments between him and my mom were constant, echoing through our small apartment at all hours. I was terrified to fall asleep most nights because their screaming matches would shake the thin walls. But when I saw him physically hurt my little brother for the 20th time, something inside me snapped completely. This wasn't just yelling anymore. This was serious violence against a child who couldn't defend himself. I went to my best friend Danny's house that afternoon because I remembered his older cousin had a handgun locked in a metal box under his bed. Danny's cousin was in the military and kept it for protection when he was home on leave. Before heading back home, I managed to slip the weapon into my backpack when nobody was looking. I knew this was my only chance to end Kevin's reign of terror over our family. The next evening, I waited until everyone was supposed to be asleep. My mom was working her overnight shift at the hospital, so it was just Kevin, my brother, and me in the apartment. This was the perfect opportunity I'd been waiting for. I crept into Kevin's bedroom around 2 a.m. with the gun in my trembling hands. He was passed out drunk on the bed, snoring loudly like he always did after his evening drinking binges. I pressed the barrel against his temple and whispered as quietly as I could, "Nobody hurts my little brother ever again." Then I pulled the trigger twice. He never even woke up. I immediately called 911 and told them exactly what I had done, explaining that I had killed the man who had been abusing my family for years. I spent the next 3 weeks in juvenile detention while they investigated the case. When my trial date arrived, I was charged with second-degree murder. However, after hearing testimony from neighbors about the constant domestic violence, medical records showing my brother's injuries, and evidence of Kevin's history of assault charges, the judge made an unexpected ruling. The court determined that my actions constituted defense of others in an abusive household situation. All charges against me were completely dropped, and I was released immediately. Kevin's death was officially ruled justified homicide. My mom cried with relief when she heard the verdict, and my brother finally felt safe sleeping in his own bed again. Sometimes you have to protect the people you love, even when the law seems unclear about whether you're doing the right thing.